Men do not fantasize about women who make six figures. Men don't care how much money she is making. They don't care what her career is. They don't even really care if she has a career or not. Men care about like three things. Does she do blowjob week? Will she flash me all the time? And for the love of God, will she just get to the point of her story? Those three things. And women have it made with men. It's women who think that men have to have all these tiny little details in place. It's men who are really the simple ones and really don't need a whole lot. They need like those three things and then they're happy and good to go.
Dear feminists, I have to ask you, why do you find it funny to mock the pain of men? Why do you find it funny to mock their loneliness? Why do you find it entertaining to make jokes about looking the other way while your future son gets beaten, abused by his girlfriend? Haha, that's a joke, right? If you want equality, tell me then why you have a problem with when men make those jokes or those comments, please. Because it's not about equality. It's not equality that you want. What it is you want superiority over men. I'm not here to tell you to stop believing what you believe. I don't think I have the power to do that. But I am challenging you to acknowledge your belief system, which doesn't line up with what you say feminism really is about. Anyway, follow me if you want to find your way out of the feminism matrix, one TikTok at a time.
Honestly, sounds like somebody that maybe used to be a feminist, somebody that used to go down that rabbit hole and finally saw the light. Or maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of what it sounds like. And now they're trying to turn and to lead somebody else out of the darkness. A woman in the comments said, nobody is doing this. You made it up. That's the answer. Men made up what they're going through with feminism, with women posting them on. I mean, it's not like you can make this up. It's online. It's women with TikToks, Instagrams, YouTube videos online, Facebook, whatever you want to call it. That's all online. Even in the face of people doing this, they'll still sit up and deny that it's actually happening. Even with men providing proof. I think recently there was a man talking about how women just continue to beg for money. Oh, that's not happening. You don't know what you're talking about. You lying. Until they start pulling out receipts showing women, multiple women begging for money. Can you pay for my nails? Can you pay for my lunch? Please, can you just send me $50? Begging. Modern women are doing this stuff.
Honestly, I feel like I could bust into tears right now. Like, I'm so serious. Like, situations like this is like the one reason like it's so fearful to be like single your whole life, right? So recently I just ordered some furniture for my room from Amazon, right? I ordered 2 nightstands and like a 9-drawer dresser. So I get a notification today saying like, oh, you got 2 packages in the Amazon lockers. I go check the app and then I see it's my nightstands and I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta figure out how to get my nightstands from my mailroom to my apartment and up 3 flights of stairs, right? They're not that big, so I'm like, it shouldn't be too bad, but like if they come in one box, like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I feel like I can manage, right? And then so I get a notification maybe an hour or so later saying like, hey, something's been delivered, right? And I look and it's my dresser and I'm like, oh great, at least I don't have to worry about getting that huge thing up the steps, right? So I pull up and this is what I see. Just a box, a huge ass box, and I look and see, lo and behold, it's my box. It's my box. And like, I understand the, you know, Amazon workers and UPS workers like getting huge boxes up the stairs, but it's just like, y'all didn't even look and be like, oh, let me see if it's a female name, like let me see what I can do for her. Like, no, like y'all just said, fuck it, it's not my problem. And literally I'm over here hauling boxes from my car up the stairs. You see men on their balcony just looking at me, not offering to help, not saying like, hey, you good? just staring at me, watching me struggle. And it's just like, fuck, like, is this what I have to look forward to the rest of my life? If like, I'd never find another man, you know? And it's just honestly frustrating. And you just feel like really helpless in this moment. So yeah, somehow I gotta get this big ass box up the steps because no one that I know lives less than 40 minutes away from me. So yeah, it's my day.
Well, I mean, we always talk about the good side of being a strong and independent woman. And it looks like from your caption here, you are a single mother. And you guys rant and rave about being a single mom and how you can do it by yourself. Well, I mean, now's your time to prove it, unfortunately for you. When a man, and in a man's world, when a man makes a bold claim and a statement, he has to back it up. You know, a lot of coaches, a lot of head coaches, a lot of people, President of the United States, everybody goes through it. You make a bold claim. This is why you should make me your next head coach. This is why you should make me your next president. You make those claims and you have to back it up. So it's nothing that's new. It's just that you guys are starting to realize that the stuff that comes out of your mouth has a consequence. And now this is one of the cons of being a strong and independent woman. This is one of the cons or the hard or challenging parts of being a boss babe.
When you realize that that guy isn't creepy, you're just not physically attracted to him. I know you thought you were less shallow than that, and it's okay because you're not. I'm not judging you, okay? I am a lot of the times more pleasant when I am physically attracted to someone. Like if a guy who's attractive to me is looking at me, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's looking at me. But when a guy that I don't find attractive looks at me, I'm like, oh my gosh, who's gonna call the police? Like, okay, should I do it? I know you thought you were more evolved and you're not, because pretty privilege is a thing and it runs both ways. And it's okay. Just enjoy it.
Well, that's what men have been saying. That's what men continue to say. But for some reason, modern women try to gaslight men into thinking that this is not what they're doing. And once again, you saying this continues to confirm what men already know.
When I was in college, there was a plethora of extra large dingling just floating around. A smorgasbord of, if you will. And they were all God almighty big, okay? There wasn't a single man that I was ever entangled with when I was in college that didn't have a schlong donk on him, okay? And I really thought that that was going to be a representation of the world, of the population, the general population. Like, all black men had a third leg kickstand between their legs. And I was so excited to get into the real world and graduate college and be young, hot, and fly. But maturing is realizing I was just blessed and highly favored. The Lord was being a fence to the micros in my defense. And while I thank him, he is highly exalted that I never met a man with a small PP. Now that I'm an adult, I feel like I'm trying to hit the lottery, finding a man with even a little schmedium on it.
Let's read some comments from the great, fantastic 20 out of 10 women here. One says, a return to dating at 38 and all of them are mini-sized, big-bellied and balding. I'm mad. Another woman says, so it's not just me. Another woman says, I miss my tripod every day and I hope he's doing good in life. Another person says, and let's not talk about the one with stamina issues. Another woman says, I lost my card to a horse and we were together for 7 years. I get to the real world and I cried. So small, I thought they was going to get me for messing with a child. But he was cool. 40. Interesting. Wow. This is what these women are doing out here. And it's weird, to be honest with you. They wonder why men don't want to be bothered. They wonder why men don't trust them when they say their body count is only 3. And then they get online and start talking like this. Which man is going to be like, oh, yeah, that's the one, the wife. That's the one that I want to be with. Is it more likely that they're going to say that? Is it more likely that they're going to say, oh, I see super amounts of value in this one? Or is it likely that they're going to say, she seems pretty down DTF, so she's going to be the one that if I need something, if I'm in a bind, if I'm desperate, she's going to be the one.
Y'all, I realized this morning when my man didn't sleep at my house last night that I don't have a problem getting up for work in the morning because I'd be too tired. I have a problem getting up for work in the morning because I usually have a 140-pound man wrapped around me like a koala wrapped around a tree branch. And this just goes to show that men are the problem for everything. Like, y'all ruin everything. Get it together.
What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about right now?
Having guy friends is rough because I texted him a picture of a watch. I said, hey, I'm thinking about getting this for my man. Would the average man enjoy this watch? He goes, is this for who I think it is? My boyfriend? Yeah. He goes, personally, as a woman, I wouldn't get anything else for a man who doesn't take me out on dates or pay for anything. Oh, okay. Okay, you win. Yeah, you win. Okay.
And once again, this is what I be talking about. Modern women be doing stuff that they know is dead wrong. They've already been advised against it. People have already told them, do not go down this road. This man does not like you. Leave this man alone. But they do the things they want to do anyway. One woman in the comments says, don't make me side with a man. Another woman says, oh, he is done hearing about him.
Okay, bitch, so I'm about to tell y'all my first time when I let this dude move his big ass couch in through my damn back door. So, bitch, I was trying to be on some different stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to surprise him or whatever. So I had asked him, like, you want to try fitting your couch through my back door? And he was like, yeah, I ain't never moved a big couch through a back door, but bitch, I'm down to try it. So I'm like, cool or whatever. So, y'all, it gets time to that day. I'm talking about I'm ready. Okay, y'all, so he was trying his hardest to get that big ass couch to go through my back door, but that shit was just not working. Bitch, we tried every angle to get that couch to fit in. Bitch, that shit would not go through the damn back door, bitch. That shit wasn't working. So we finally get the couch in. And I'm talking about 10 out of 10, I definitely don't recommend. Bitch, that's another type of pain that I feel like is not for me. So then the next day, I'm noticing like I'm passing gas or whatever, and that shit is not staying in. You know how you can hold that shit in, bitch? That shit wasn't staying in. It was like coming out. So I'm like, oh, hell no. I gotta go to work the next day. So, bitch, I'm in there. I'm checking people out. Man, I'm a cashier at this time. So I'm cashing people out. And next thing you know, I hear, and I'm like, I'm looking around like, where that shit come from? So then I hear it again. And I'm talking about it was loud as hell this time. So now my anxiety starting to kick in. So, bitch, not only did I start to get gas, my stomach started getting upset. Bitch, from there, it was over with. So I'm talking about, I feel my stomach just like getting all queasy and shit. Bitch, just thing I'm feeling some way. Bitch, when I say I literally felt that shit come out, bitch, it was time for me to go at this point. When I say I hurry up and I ran to the bathroom, bitch, I must have looked at my pants while I took a number 2 on myself. Bitch, when I say that shit was loose as hell, that shit was just coming out. Like, that shit, I could not hold it in. Baby, I called my man so quick to come get me. I give that shit a 10 out of 10. I definitely don't recommend. I don't see how y'all do that shit. Bitch, I was so embarrassed. I couldn't even show my face at that job. Bitch, I quit.
Honestly, this was her first experience. Honestly, this was her first experience and she's spooked. You give her maybe a couple of days to think about this and she'll be back in the saddle. Maybe give her about a week because she, it was running all down her leg and she was using the bathroom on herself. Maybe 2 weeks. She'll be back in the saddle.
You bitches. So I got ready to go on the date. Everybody's like, oh, go on the date. Go on the date. I'm like, okay. This guy's so cute. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to listen to everybody, even though I don't want to go. I don't want to go. He texted me at 3:30 today. Do you still want to get a drink tonight? I should be done around 7. If not, I get it. It's short notice. So I'm like, okay. I text back at 4. I say, tonight works. Just let me know when you think you'll be done at your work event. Okay. So I'm like, cool. We're going out for drinks tonight. That's awesome. I get ready. 6:45 rolls around, still haven't heard from him. I'm like, that's okay. That's okay. 7 rolls around. I'm like, okay. It's fine. 7:30 rolls around. I'm like, oh, I'm getting stood up. Like, that's cool. 7:45. This man texts me. Just got done. Any idea on where to go? I'm so new. I got 0 recommendations, LOL. No. Wrong answer. I'm not going. Here's the thing. Communication's already red flag to me. You could have at least texted me 7 rolls around. Hey, this is going a little later than I expected. Thinking I'll be out of here at 7:45. Cool. Okay, great. Love that you communicated that. That's sexy that you communicated. Okay. He doesn't communicate. See, he doesn't communicate. And he texts me at 7:40. You're taking me on a date. Why am I telling you where we're going? Why am I, as the female who is being taketh on a date from you, telling you where I shouldn't have to, my love. If he would have texted me at 7:40, sorry, that ran a little late. Meet me here. You know what? I was a little irritated, but let me grab my purse. Because this behavior to me is showing that he doesn't want to take me on a date. A man who wants to take me on a date is going to be communicating with me about said date. He's going to plan the date. Like, you know what I mean? I'm so annoyed. And it's so annoying too. I was on TikTok live and I showed some of the girls I was talking to a picture of him. He's so hot. So I think that's why he gets away with this behavior maybe. I don't know. Also, like, I'm new here too. Like, I don't fucking know. I just moved here 2 months ago. But I'm not going to respond to him. I'm just like, no, that's not the type of, like, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for, like, a nonchalant man who, like, doesn't really care to actually date me. It's just doing it out of sheer convenience. I want a man who actually is like, I want to take this girl out on a date. So I might text him in the morning and be like, look, seems like you were not interested. So I just was not going to put my shoes on and leave the house. But anyways, this was the hair and makeup I was going to do. Got this new top from Amazon. If you're a man and you want to date a woman, try and date the fucking woman. This is why there's like a male loneliness pandemic. Like, you guys are fucking idiots. Good night.
And you know from her talking, she hasn't learned her lesson. Somebody in the comments, a woman said, the first red flag, you listened to everybody but your intuition. Girl, your spirit knew. No, it didn't. No, it did not. She would have still gone on the date anyway. She just needed somebody to push her over the edge, as she said at the ending of the video. And throughout the video, I was like, man, this is a Chad. This is a guy that looks super good. This is a guy that looks fantastic. And I hope I was wrong. But unfortunately, I, and probably many of you, fortunately found out we were right. This is a good looking man, so you're allowing him to get away with this type of, well, I was thinking and I was hoping. Yeah, you probably did know, but you probably wanted it to work so bad that you allowed him to do these things, which is what men complain about. How come he's getting away with this bad behavior? But for me, you make it seem like every little thing that I do wrong, it's grounds for, like, you're getting blocked, you're getting ghosted. You haven't learned your lesson. So I'm going to text him in the morning and tell him, hey, you know, this doesn't seem like it's working. You're texting him in the morning for him to grovel. You want him to like you so bad so he can say, oh, you know, my bad. I'm so sorry. Let me make it up to you. How about this? And then really roll out the red carpet and make you an offer that you can't refuse. I'm talking about sending you a car, sending you an Uber XL. Hey, get dressed up, get nice. We're going to a nice restaurant. You got the flowers darn near rose petals on the floor. I think it'd be a little bit over the top if you rented out the space, but it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. If he did something like that, she would marry him on the spot. You know, I exaggerate, but it would be all but a done deal. She might be ready to sleep with that man that night if he did all that. to be honest. But yeah, you're hoping that tomorrow or whenever you text him, that he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me make it up to you. And really, like I said, make an offer that you can't refuse. If you're really done with him, you just sent that text, hey, not cool what you did. I think we're over with. I think we should go our separate ways. Boom, boom, boom. Like I said, you want that man to apologize.
Have you ever tried to have sex with somebody who had a belly? Back in my day, not too long ago, when I was dating for personality, I met a guy who had like a belly, and during sex, it was like the most weirdest thing ever. It was like always a gap. It was like laying on top of a turtle shell. It was just like, I don't know. I just feel like they got to do something about that. I feel like, yeah, I took one for the team to see what it was like to date somebody with a personality. But like now, all my sex partners, they got to have a body of a Greek god, a six pack, you know, a high butt. You get the vibe. Like, yeah, with the gold chain. Oh.
By dating for personality, you mean dating for money. Back in the day, when I was dating solely for money, this guy had a belly, and I said it's okay. But when it came time for me to do the do, then this was uncomfortable. So now I want to find the trifecta. 6-pack, 6 figures, 6 feet. I don't want to do anything else other than 6-pack, 6 figures, 6 feet. What it sounds like you try to do was find a cheat code in the system. All of these guys, all these men out here, these women aren't going for. I can't go for the man that is 6 feet, 6 figures, 6-pack, because every girl wants him. Let me find a guy that, you know, he has at least the 6 figures, and then maybe I can get along. And if he has a stomach, if he has a belly, that'll be okay. And you find out, oh no, I actually want this. I tried it, and I can't justify by how much money he's making. I can't justify how I feel. So if I get a man that's making 6 figures and he's 6 feet, I can then say, oh, I've got the perfect man if he's at least got 2 out of the 3. That's what you're doing. You're basically trying to say my experiment didn't work.
I'm not sure if it's the gym that did this to me, but I have the libido of a teenage boy. And I think one of the biggest scams as a society is that the media paints women as having absolutely no libido. They paint women as, I think it's like purity culture though, I think they want women to be this little cute innocent thing that you have to convince to want you, whatever. I, though, do not have to be convinced. I mean, you guys, I'm not sleeping around. I don't kiss people. I think about it though. I'm like, dang, I could kiss somebody right now. Dang. I don't think that's crazy to say. Sometimes I am indeed ovulating right now. And I feel primal. Anyways, this is my breakfast. And it's really yummy. And, you know, you're not allowed to judge me for that because I know that I'm not the only one. I cannot be the only woman with high libido. Save me, please.
Let's read some comments. I don't even have to be ovulating. Another woman says, I feel primal every day of my cycle. And I fear it leaves my man feeling terrified. At least you have a man, to be honest. Somebody else says, girl, I fantasize about a different man every night before bed. You're okay. Somebody else says, I am a promiscuous woman. She's used another word here. In theory, never in practice, and it drives me insane. So basically what you're telling me is that when the men think about things, then it's terrible. But when the women feel primal and feral and all of those things that seem similar to what a man feels, then it's okay. And those feelings are valid.
I asked one of my friend's boyfriends, what's the key to a happy relationship? And he said, here's what you have to understand. We always working on me. Yo, and that tracks. Because even when you ask, like, older people who are in relationships or married couples, they ask the husband, you know, what's the key? How do you make this work? And they're like, I listen to her. That's the poor schmuck who didn't listen to me.
He said what the problem was, but y'all didn't hear him. A woman in the comments said, I've never met a woman who wasn't working on herself, whether in a relationship or single. And here it goes here. I've never met a man who was actively working on himself without pressure from a woman. Yeah, I'll bet. Another woman says a man checking his ego and centering his woman is really the key. It's not difficult to know this. There's a vast amount of data on the subject. And I think this is a dude that says it. But he says, this is funny, but this wouldn't happen if more men were consistently removing the patriarch from inside themselves. The need for a woman to spend a lifetime taking or making a man more conscious of his flaws really isn't all that great and hardly ever turns out to be as fulfilling for the woman. More men need to learn how to figure out how to be better partners and people on their own. Well, they do. This is what I'm saying. As much stuff as men do, as much stuff as men build, as much structure as men provide, there's always a knock that, oh, well, you're not a good person inside. Oh, well, you need to work on this more. That's why he said we're always, y'all didn't hear him. We're always working on me. It's never a time where we're working on her. It's never a time where she has the problem, where there's something that she needs to fix. In all of her years, in all of the time that she spent here on earth, there's nothing that she needs to work on. Well, a woman is always working on herself. And yet, in all that work, she still ends up a baby mama. Huh. That's funny. And yet, she still ends up in all that work with 20, 30, 40, 50 bodies. And yet, she still ends up on OF or in one of those gentlemen's clubs getting paid to take this off and that off. But she's working on herself. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop this nonsense. It's just foolishness. Just foolish talk at this point. Silliness, I would say. Stupidity. If a man will work on men, women have to tell men to do this. No. Modern women feel like a man is not perfect. They feel like a man should be doing things their way. But when a man says, okay, you got it, you take the lead. Go ahead. And they start making mistakes, then all of a sudden, have a little bit grace with me. Oh, don't talk to me like that. Oh, you mean talk to you like you was talking to me? Oh, you mean being condescending to you like you was doing to me? Oh, you mean embarrassing me and making jokes about me online in front of your friends and in front of your family like you was doing to me? You mean that? You mean don't do that? You mean now have some understanding and grace with you, but you didn't have none with me? You mean not me hanging over your shoulder like you was doing to me? You mean not me talking about and harping on every single thing that you do, I do, but you don't do? You mean you don't want me to do that to you, but you was doing that to me? Interesting. That's interesting. I love that. I love that. Let's just go ahead and call an ace and a spade a spade. These modern women are trash. They're trash. If you don't think that you have nothing to do, you don't have nothing to work on, well, I'm always working on myself. Oh, okay. No, you're not. Because you think that you're perfect. If you was always working on yourself, you'd learn how to apologize. You'd know how to say sorry. He said it and you missed it. Well, you need to get the patriarchy up out of yourself. What? What kind of stupid stuff is that to say? If women don't want to keep on working, they're not. They're not. As a matter of fact, a woman expects me to work on her. This is what she just said right here. Centering his woman, putting his woman at the center. Everything revolves around you. Everything is about you. Even if I wanted to work on myself, I'm working on myself to center you. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. So even centering her, is she going to center him? That's what men are going to ask. You guys, I'm telling you, y'all don't. This isn't as smart or as deep as you think it is. It really isn't.
Please forgive me if I sound heated during this video. I am. I met a girl on a dating app maybe about 2 months ago, and we've been talking pretty consistently since. About a month ago, we planned a date, and up until the day of the date, everything was fine, but then she said she was feeling really sick, and we didn't go through with it. But she seemed really honest about it, and we just kept talking, and there was no big red flag. Just she was sick, and it didn't work out. Okay. About 5 days ago on Monday, I asked her, hey, I found out if I get off a little early on Friday, do you want to maybe go on a date? She sent yes with 4 S's and an exclamation mark. And I was like, okay, perfect. I'm going to plan something and let me get back to you. She sends me a snap video in return like, awesome, this sounds great, perfect. Like, very real conversation with this person. It's not just like some stranger on the internet. All the girls who are hating on me for my coffee date video, you're going to love me for this one. I got a reservation at one of my favorite restaurants in Salt Lake City, a pub and grill. It is amazing. I was really excited to take her. I checked with her on Tuesday of this week, said, does that work? How about 6:30? She's like, 6:30 works great. I'm like, perfect. I'm going to get off work at 4, go shower at the gym so I don't have to drive all the way back home, then drive up another hour from where I live to pick you up for the date, which I'm totally happy to do. I'm excited for the date. Yesterday, I sent her the paragraph, the details. I tell her, I got a reservation for us at my favorite restaurant. I'm so excited to take you. I'm going to drive up to your house and I'll be there at 6:30 to pick you up. Told her, wear whatever you want, but maybe dress a little warm because it's going to be a little cold outside. And finally, I told her, after dinner, if we have time, let's go play mini golf. I didn't want to make it as a for sure thing because I don't know how long it's going to take. She does not live very close to the restaurant or close to me. After communicating with this girl for over 2 months and planning a date, I got work off early for this, okay? I planned it. We've been talking. It wasn't like any red flags or anything weird. I sent her the plan for the date and just radio silence. Nothing. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? This is yesterday around 3 p.m. So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. I'm being patient too. I said around 8 o'clock. Does that work? Nothing. And finally I'm like, you know what? Maybe she's working late. I'm going to wait till midnight. I sent her a text at midnight and I was like, look, I would love to go with you. Please let me know before work tomorrow if you can go or not. So I know to pack my stuff and I know how to schedule my whole day. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I wake up the next morning. At this point, I reached out to her on Snapchat. I said, hey, I don't know if you've been seeing my messages. Please let me know if you can do this. The worst part of it all is that she was active on Snapchat. I could see she was active on Snapchat. I mean, not to be a spy, but her Snap score was shooting up. And I'm sitting here like, what is going on right now? Finally this morning, I just sent a voice message. I was like, look, go, don't go. I just need you to let me know. And at this point, it would have been really nice of you to let me know earlier in the week. We've been playing this date all week. You've been very cooperative and excited, and I have been too. At the very least, I don't even care if you ghost me. Ghost me before this. Let me know that you can't go on the date. Do not waste my time and then just silently bail. And I said, seriously, this is not cool of you. Why couldn't you at least let me know? I get back 20 minutes later and she unadded me. No explanation. And that's the last I've heard from her. That was earlier this morning. So you're talking to someone on a dating app or online, they're real people. They're very real people. I'm real. And I was very excited. I am so fed up with the current dating right now.
Well, what they're going to keep on telling us is that modern women always communicate. What they're going to keep on telling us is that modern women are the world's best communicators. They never miss a beat. They never ghost a man. They're 20 out of 10. All of these women are fantastic. I have never, ever met a woman. None of the women that I meet, whether they're my friends or whether they're some random woman that I've seen on the street, they're all so beautiful. They're going through healing. They're healing their past traumas, and they're just fantastic people until we continue. And thank you for sharing this. And I like the way that he shared this. He wasn't, he said he was heated, which he was. You can see it all in his posture and you know, the way he's talking, but he was never out of control. He was never undisciplined. He never belittled her. He never degraded her. He never called her out of her name. But he did ask, hey man, at the end, I'm just asking you to show me respect. That's all I'm asking you to do. Just let me know. Just communicate with me. This is what men are doing in relationships. This is what men are doing in marriages. I'm asking you to understand my point of view. I'm asking you to understand and see where I'm coming from. And a lot of times modern women blow that off. They don't hear him. They don't want to hear him. It's not as important as their feelings. And they do what she did. Oh, I'm not going to talk to him. I'm just going to leave. And then they'll get out here and say, why do men do this? Why do men do that? It's all men that do that. And we continue to tell you, no, it's women that do that too. These are terrible women. The men that are stable, they're not going to do this. They're not going to play these types of games. And kudos to the women in the comments that say, hey man, you didn't deserve this. You did everything right. Maybe you'll find the right one. I'm hoping that you find the right one, but she was dead wrong. Thank you for holding her accountable, because there's a lot of modern women that'll sit up here and say, yeah, well, she deserved it. Well, yeah, you deserved it. I'm sorry, but, this is what men get. Men aren't lonely enough, or some stupid stuff like that. So at some point in time, modern women have to start taking accountability for the stupidity that they add to the dating scene.
Why are we actually devolving as a society? I am seeing such a rise in this bullshit conservative traditional roles of men and women type of thing. And it's so stupid. So fucking stupid. Oh yeah, my man is a provider. He provides everything for us. I never have to worry about the bills or anything. Did you know he would still be doing that if you were in his life or not? He is doing the same amount of work as he would if he was single. Oh, but he has a family and another person to feed and etc. If all your husband does is work, he is actually doing much less than you are. Let me break it down. The work you do as a housewife will never be seen as real work because you don't get compensated for it. Your role as a nurturer will never be truly recognized as labor. You as the wife will have to work 24/7, no off days. You as the mom works 24/7, no off days. Him as just the husband has just a 9 to 5. I don't understand how women are missing this point. Have you guys never been single? I'm single. I have to work for myself. I have to provide for myself. I have to feed myself. Do you know how fucking exhausting that is? I wish I'd have a stupid bitch like you just to cook and clean and do everything for me. And all I have to do is work. Are we dead ass? That's the easiest part. Oh my god, and the funniest thing is that women will promote this as soft life. This is living the soft life. Dude, he's living the soft life. He has his own personal chef and maid, and he doesn't even have to pay her. She just lives with him. Yeah. You know what? How about one of you stupid bitches come be my wife, yeah? I would love to have one of you guys. When it comes to being a mom, he isn't even a dad. He's just an emotionally absent father. Physically absent. I saw this one video talking about, oh, my husband doesn't know when to change my kids' diapers, how many more diapers we need, but oh, he provides for us. Those are not equivalents. You're brainwashed. You're brain dead.
And once again, we get to see why men are happily staying single. Why men would rather stay single, be alone, than to get married. Oh, he's just working. Oh, if I could do that, then I would. Well, you don't, because you're going to get tired of it. When a man takes on a wife, do you know that he works more hours? He has to, in order to provide for the family. This shows how utterly silly modern women, they just don't shut up. Really, and I hate to say it like that, but sometimes that's what you need to do. You need to shut up. So here we go. I got some research here, because you know that I love that. Men generally work more hours, not less, after getting married. And this is one of the most consistent findings in sociology, labor economics, and marriage research. Stupid. Number one, married men work more hours. Across the U.S. and most Western countries, studies show married men work longer hours. Married men take fewer days off. Married men are less likely to quit jobs. Married men are more likely to work full time. This effect is so well documented. It's called the marriage work premium. Number two, married men earn more statistically. And I'm going to go out on a limb and assume it's because they work longer hours. It's because they work more and they take fewer days off. Stupid. Statistically, married men earn 10 to 40% more than single men, even with the same education and background. Married fathers earn even more. The fatherhood premium is what they're calling it. Reason: married men tend to become more stable, consistent, focused, and career-oriented. 3. Why do married men work more? Researchers, not feelings. Researchers point to several forces: responsibility effect, stability effect, employer perception effect. That could help. Selection effect. Do men ever work less after marriage? Only in a few cases. If the wife earns significantly more and he shifts into a supportive role, makes sense. If children arrive and the couple decides he'll stay home, rare statistically. Number 3, if the man was already extremely career focused before marriage. But these are exceptions and not the trend. Stupid. Stupid. You can tell these modern women are young-minded. This is what men have to contend with. Oh, she's a baddie, she's a 10. Oh, she's educated. Oh, a woman is so smart. She's so smart. She's much smarter than men. Really? When? Where? Show me. Because what we just seen right here shows us with all that talking, they don't talk about nothing but their feelings. No, all he's got to do is work more hours. All he's got to do is take less days off. Shut up talking. Just stop talking.
My God, the bar is in hell. It's in hell. Matched with this guy on Hinge, chatting, we're getting along well. He then follows me on Instagram. I don't know how he found me on Instagram. I don't have my Instagram on my Hinge profile. He found me and followed me. And I was like, how'd you find me? He's like, oh, it's not that hard. So anyway, I'm like, okay, I guess we're talking on Instagram now, like in the space of like 10 minutes of us speaking on Hinge. Anyway, so we start talking on Instagram. It's all good. Things are good. Anyway, he waited like a day and then he was like, when can we catch up? So I was like, yeah, let's do it. He's like, oh, do you want to do a coffee? Do you want to do a wine? Do you want to do a walk? Like, what's the vibe? I said, yeah, I'm actually keen to do a coffee. Like, I'm kind of over the wine dates. Like, let's do a coffee. So he goes, great. Does Tuesday work? I said, yes. That was it. We didn't lock in a place. This was like Monday. Didn't lock in a place, didn't lock in a time. Just said Tuesday morning, I guess. Anyway, then Monday comes around the day before and he's like messaged me in the morning saying like, how's your day going or what's been happening? I was really busy. I messaged at like 4:30 being like, day's been good, what's been happening with you? This is what I've been up to. He then replies at like, I don't know what time, let's say 6 o'clock, saying like what's been happening on his day. Still doesn't, we're meant to catch up the day after, still doesn't say like, hey, I've been thinking like, let's go here for a coffee. Nothing. And then I was busy. I was out with friends. I wasn't on my phone. It gets to 11 o'clock and I check my phone when I get back home and he's like, so I'm assuming we're not on for tomorrow. And I'm like, when did you tell me where we're going? When did you tell me when we're going? So I just replied and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I've been out with friends. Like I haven't checked my phone. Let me know if you're free Wednesday instead. Because I felt bad. I was like, oh, maybe that was my bad. But also you didn't give me a place. Like you could have said to me like, yeah, my day was good. Hey, do you want to go here tomorrow? Anyway, so like I said to him like, do you want to do Wednesday? He doesn't reply to me all day. Clearly a little pissed. All good. That's fine. I messaged again and I was like, let me know. Like I wanted to make an effort to be like, like if I upset you or whatever, let me know. Like let's do Wednesday. Like I'm still keen. Anyway, then he's like, yeah, let's do Wednesday. Whereabouts are you? I said, I'm here. He's down here. I said, let's catch up in Richmond because it's kind of central. He goes, okay, great. 10:30 at ... And then he goes, I picked the time, you pick the place. What? That's not how it works. You want me to pick? You can't even plan a coffee date. That's actually not normal. You can't even plan a coffee. Do you genuinely think I want to pick a coffee place? Pick it yourself. Why? I picked the time, you picked the place. Are you kidding me? If you're going to ask me out on a date, ask me properly. Don't half-ass and make me pick the location. No. So I was just like, I didn't realize it was that difficult to pick a coffee place. Like, if you can't pick a coffee place, how am I supposed to trust you with my life? How am I supposed to trust that you know what you're talking about, that you got your shit sorted, that you know how to plan a damn coffee date. In Richmond. How many places are there to go and get coffee in Richmond? Oh. So I was like, gee, didn't realize it was that difficult to pick a coffee. Like, fucking, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not keen. I just said, sorry, I'm not keen. Like, see ya. And then I said, I also don't know why we needed to move this conversation to Instagram. Why couldn't we have had this conversation on Hinge? That was fucked.
You can't pick a coffee place. I was supposed to judge you with my shut. Be quiet. Be quiet. Listen, I understand the frustration here with him not picking a coffee place. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think you're going to have a lot of trouble in dating. I think you are. There have been multiple times, I think I counted 3 times, during this whole thing that she was talking to where she let herself off the hook, to where she said, I was busy. We did this, we texted this, back and forth. I was busy. I was out with friends. I couldn't do. I wasn't available to. I was busy. That's going to show up in the relationship. That's going to show up in the marriage. When she decides to let herself off the hook again. Well, I can't be held responsible for that. You should have done that. You are the man. You. That's what modern women do. They know every single thing that you're supposed to do as a man, but they don't know what they're supposed to do as a woman. That's not how this works. You pick coffee. You pick the date and the time, and all of a sudden I got to pick the. Just listen, man. Like I said, I get where you're coming from, but if it says, okay, 10:30 at Jenny's coffee shop, 10:30 at Jenny's coffee shop, it is. It's really that simple. It is. Once again, I understand where you're coming from. You want the man from start to finish to plan the date. But I'm going to let you know something. Just because he does not plan the date doesn't mean that he's not capable of taking care of you. I know that's hard to believe. I understand it. Once again, I'm not saying that he should not have picked a coffee place. I'm not saying that he should not have planned the date totally. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for the level of stink, for the level of fuss you're making about this, you made it seem like the guy he ain't said nothing to you. You just been consistent and constant, giving him chance after chance after chance. Like, oh man, I wanted this to work. I really wanted this to work. And I try, even when I try, they still do this to themselves. You have a lot of issues with you that a stable man is going to catch on to. You make it seem like he was texting you here and there, like he wasn't really interested, but you were really interested in him, other than when you were busy. You told me that. And then you said, well, I texted back, and then he texted, and I guess I missed his text message. I don't know what happened with the phone, because I was busy. I was busy again. So basically, in so many words, all of this is his fault. All of it. Man, that's what I'm saying. You know how to place blame on a man, but you're not going to want to place blame on yourself.